I bring greetings on behalf of Fred Griffin, our Vice President, also our Education Committee Chair. As you know, he has a long history working in the school system. So his question was regarding the old Horton School gym. I understand supposed to be a renovation. I wanted to know about the status of that, and then also the status of the Youth Bureau. I understand that there's a vacancy for the director position in that role. So Fred would love to.
I think the village manager has some updates. We just received some updates on the gym. Probably the best one.
Sure. So we'll start with the gym. The old Horton School Village Hall gym was put out for bid for a restoration. Those bids actually came back on Thursday. So we are vetting the proposals. We received valid bids on the face so far for general contracting, HVAC, and plumbing. We need to rebid the electrical contract for that. So during that time, we are vetting the other proposers, and so long as they're bonds and insurance, I did get one confirmation this morning actually that the general contractor is good to go and is confident to be able to keep their price. So we're just going to wait to hear that same kind of good news from the HVAC proposer and the plumbing proposer. Our hope is that we'll be able to put the award resolutions in front of the Board of Trustees for March to start getting that ball rolling and start moving forward with that facilities restoration. Apropos that State Senator Mayer and Assemblyman Otis are in the room. Together they have, through the dormitory funding at the state, they have given us $750,000 towards this project, which right now is on track to cost around $3 million. So it's a significant assistance to the village, and we're very appreciative of their generosity and always keeping Port Chester on their mind. Additionally, we were awarded $2.7 million in grant funding through former Congressman Joel Bowman, through the federal government, which we believe is HUD money, through his community improvement grants that he's able to provide. We know that now sitting Congressman George Latimer is in that seat. George Latimer has been able to secure, to this point, without complete confirmation, that we will have at least $2 million coming from the federal government, so long as all the other money from the federal government comes through. But not to be outdone, your own Board of Trustees have approved a bond resolution of $3 million to ensure that we can. So at worst case scenario is that none of that federal money comes through and we use more village money to complete the project. Best case scenario is we don't use any village money to do the project and it's all grant. And middle case scenario is we reimburse the village coffers with the federal money if it's delayed and it comes through at a later date. So that's very much on its way. It's probably the closest it's ever come to fruition, and that's because the board has had the vision and the foresight to say this is a community benefit. We know that there is a finite amount of square footage that the school district is able to provide for recreation and youth programming, as well as adult programming and other community use. The network of the archdiocese for different churches around the village has changed very much. It's not so much of an open door as it used to be back in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s. It's a lot more closed door for their own proprietary programming. So we need a space for athletics, for art, for education, for at-risk youth, for community organization, for Spanish government. Sure, Spanish instruction, anything that the community may be able to utilize for that. As far as the Youth Bureau, the Village of Port Chester is in the final stages of its interview process for a new director of the Youth Bureau. The Youth Bureau is very important to the village. The board has put their good foot forward in making sure that the Youth Bureau is going to be able to meet the needs of the village's at-risk youth. The position will now be a full-time role as the director of the Youth Bureau, and we are integrating the Youth Bureau with our Recreation Department in order to expand the Youth Bureau's access not only to administrative assistance, but to contacts, programming, and other ways around the state that it can help excel what it had offered in the past and enhance the programs that we're already looking to continue with.
Thank you.
I have a follow-on to that. With the new administration, we all hear that funds are being delayed and sometimes withdrawn from municipalities. I know money flows from the federal to the state to local municipalities. Other than what you just mentioned, are there any other fundings that we are concerned that may have or will be pulled, and what type of programs would be affected?
Sure. So up until yesterday, I was concerned that the $250,000 that the village was given through the same grant process that Congressman Bowman and Latimer are in charge of, back when it was Congressman Mondaire Jones, he gave the village $250,000 towards a geothermal heating and energy system for Village Hall. I got a letter yesterday saying that money is secure, and that